Most people have heard of ChatGPT or Gemini, but far fewer know about Google Willow, one of the newest systems sitting quietly in Google's AI arsenal. Willow is not a chatbot, a search engine, or a single app. It's a model family built to teach other models how to reason across text, images, audio, and structured data. Think of it as the hidden brain that trains the next generation of AI tools you'll soon use every day without realizing it. And here's the good news: you don't need a degree in machine learning to understand it. So let's break it down from the ground up, step by step. To start, what even is an AI model? At its simplest, a model is a piece of software that learns statistical patterns from data and uses those patterns to predict what comes next. When you type a sentence into Gmail and it finishes it for you, that's a small model predicting your next word. When YouTube recommends a video, that's a different model predicting what you'll click. Google Willow is part of the infrastructure that trains these models to become faster, more flexible, and smarter across many tasks at once. You can imagine Willow as a giant AI factory floor. Instead of workers, it has algorithms. Instead of conveyor belts, it has data pipelines. Its job is to teach and test AI systems at industrial scale. Willow runs millions of mini experiments, constantly adjusting weights and rules so that smaller, specialized models, like those running Search, Maps, or Translate, can learn from each other's progress. In short, it's the AI that trains AIs. If you're thinking that sounds abstract, here's a simpler analogy. Suppose you have 5 students, one good at math, one good at languages, one good at drawing, one good at logic puzzles, and one who's good at remembering faces. Willow acts like a teacher who watches them all, notices their strengths, and then finds a way for them to share what they know. The math kid learns creativity from the artist. The linguist learns precision from the logician. Over time, all of them improve. That's exactly what Willow does for Google's machine learning ecosystem. It creates a shared learning environment. Under the hood, Willow's power comes from a few new tricks. One is multimodal understanding. That simply means it can process more than one kind of input: text, images, audio, maybe even sensor data, all at once. Another is scalable alignment, which is about keeping those models consistent with human values and policies while they grow. In other words, Willow doesn't just make models bigger, it makes them safer. And the third trick is adaptive distillation. That's a fancy term for compressing a large, expensive AI into a smaller one that runs on your phone or browser without losing much accuracy. So when a new feature appears in Google Docs or Android and just seems smarter, chances are Willow helped train it behind the scenes. You might ask, if it's so important, why isn't everyone talking about it? The answer is that Willow isn't a product. It's a framework, Google's internal code name for a cluster of training systems, similar to what DeepMind uses for its robotics and language projects. You can think of it as the invisible layer beneath Gemini, the model that replaced Bard. Willow is what keeps that whole ecosystem coordinated, efficient, and constantly improving. Now, let's translate all that into real life. Suppose you're using Google Photos. You search "my dog at the beach," and within seconds it shows the right images, even if none are labeled. That's Willow's multimodal learning at work. Or you use Google Docs voice typing, and the punctuation appears naturally as you speak. That's the speech-to-text models Willow helped fine-tune. Every time you use a Google service that feels a bit more human, Willow has probably played a role in teaching it how to guess what you meant. The obvious question is whether this will replace humans. The short answer is no, at least not directly. Willow is about augmentation. It helps humans and algorithms collaborate better, much like autopilot helps pilots, or spell check helps writers. The longer answer is that as these systems get more capable, the definition of human work will shift. You'll spend less time doing repetitive digital chores and more time setting goals, supervising results, and adding creativity, the things machines still struggle with. For people new to AI, the most useful takeaway is this: Willow marks a shift from narrow to general intelligence. Earlier models were specialists, great at one thing, terrible at others. Willow helps create generalists that can understand context, learn from fewer examples, and transfer knowledge between tasks. That's a big deal because it reduces training cost and time dramatically. It also means AI will spread faster through daily life. Search, scheduling, design, even medical diagnostics, without you needing to install anything new. If you worry about privacy or control, those concerns are valid. Systems like Willow raise tough questions. Who owns the data that trains it? Who decides what values it enforces? Google claims its training is heavily filtered and anonymized, but the scale itself invites scrutiny. A good rule of thumb is simple. Every AI system reflects the data and objectives we feed it. Better data and clearer goals mean better outcomes. Garbage in, garbage out still applies, no matter how futuristic the name. So what's next? Google plans to use Willow as the backbone for its next wave of Gemini models and for real-world robotics. That means more cross-platform intelligence, your phone, car, home, and workspace learning from one another. The longer-term vision is a kind of distributed mind that adapts to you personally, anticipating what you want before you ask. Whether that sounds convenient or creepy depends on your tolerance for technology acting like a butler who knows too much. If all this sounds complex, remember, you don't need to understand the math. You just need the intuition. Willow is like an AI coach. It doesn't do the task for you. It teaches other systems how to do them better. Over the next few years, as every device becomes smart, you'll be living inside its classroom. The apps that feel effortless will be the ones Willow quietly helped build. So next time someone mentions Google Willow, you can tell them it's not a chatbot or a secret robot army. It's the invisible training ground behind Google's smartest features, the system teaching AIs how to think, talk, and work together. And as these models continue to evolve, you'll see the results everywhere, from your search bar to your smart car. Understanding it now means you won't be surprised later.